Hello world.
So after retiring from the Air Force and settling down here in Bossier City, Louisiana, I knew I needed access to local economic data about my city and the state of Louisiana. And so I plan on opening up a small business and investing in the local area. So I need access to data, and I need to have it programmatically so we can do some data visualization and hopefully get some insight about the local economy. And so today's video will be recreating this gross domestic product chart from the Federal Reserve, from the St. Louis Federal Reserve. And we'll be using the Python library Plotly. And this is the third video in my Plotly and Dash playlist. So if you haven't seen the others, please click here and you can see what else we've done. So the overall goal is to get all of the data into a Plotly Dash interactive website that only me and my investors have access to, and hopefully we can glean some insights eventually using machine learning and AI tools. But for now, we're just going to recreate this chart almost exactly how it looks here. So what this is the gross domestic product. It has these gray bars to indicate when the US went through a recession. This is millions of dollars, so $260 billion was the gross domestic product. And this is not seasonally adjusted, and it's annual data. So now let's go into PyCharm and run this and see what we've created. All right, let me hide my face. So we have the gross domestic product. We have the millions of dollars. This has been rounded, I like that better. And we have the date range, we have the line here, and we have these gray bars to indicate the recession. Plotly allows you to zoom in without you doing anything programmatically. And there you go. So let's go into the code. But first, welcome to the 168th video on my channel, where I'm building my own digital assistant named Shane, like Jarvis from the Iron Man movies and comics. Please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in data visualization, AI, and you just want to see me build my digital assistant. Please like this video and comment on other charts that you would like to see done in Plotly and Python. So to start this off, we're going to import pandas as PD and import plotly.express as px. And then when we go to this website right here, it gives you a chance to download. And pretty much you have access to all the Federal Reserve's charts and data that they have. So I downloaded it to my downloads file, and we're going to open it just so you can see it. So we have all this header stuff here. So these are not merged cells, right? This is just one long string here. This frequency is annual. And then we have this observation date, all in lowercase with an underscore. And this, the Louisiana National Gross Product, just as an acronym. And here are the numbers going back to 1997. So I'm sure I could have downloaded more data if I wanted to here, or not. It just goes to 1997. All right. So what we'll do is we download that. So I download that to my downloads folder, but we could use Selenium or Beautiful Soup to retrieve that data if we wanted to do it. So we're going to create a data frame. So df equals pd, which is pandas, dot read Excel. And then you give it the path. I gave it my full path because it is in my downloads folder. If it was in your project folder right here, so this is in my PyCharm projects, you can just delete this part like this, and then just call the file directly. Then we're going to do comma, and then we have this skip rows equals 10. So this allows you to skip all the headers. You can delete things if you want, but I don't like ever deleting or modifying source data. So if you see here, we're just going to skip the first 10 rows, and the actual data frame is only these right here. So that's what this skip rows equals 10. Throughout this video, I hard coded all the data, and that's just to give us a one-to-one comparison. So this is the Plotly graph compared to this graph, and it's just to make them look similar for this YouTube video. So you'll see a lot of hard coded data, and that's not good practice. So then we're going to create the time chart. So fig for figure equals px, which is your plotly.express, dot line, right? We're going to use a line chart. You pass it the data frame, and then the x-axis is going to be the observation date, and it has to be exactly like this. So a good practice is just to copy and paste this as a string. The y-axis is going to be the same column, or the column here. Same thing, maybe it's a good practice to copy and paste it here, then comma, then the labels that I want, just to make it look like this, right? Millions of dollars, source US Bureau of Economic Analysis. Just to match this, I changed the labels of my X and Y. So this observation date is looking at this. We could have changed this to anything, and if you delete this, then these will become your X and Y titles or labels. And then the title, which is this top left portion, is right here. Title, gross domestic product, all industry total in Louisiana. That's all in one call right here. And then I want to update the y-axis by giving it a range. So look at how this is fig.update underscore y-axis. And then call it the range equals, and then you pass it the range you want. So this is the starting and the ending date, data. So right here, it starts at 100,000, ends at 260. Again, we're hard coding data. I'm not a fan of that. It's just to mimic this right here. It does look a little weird if you get rid of that, because this starts at 0. And that's just the default of it. And I think it goes to 300K. Next, we're going to fig.update the x-axis. And so I have this thing called n ticks, or the number of ticks. And so to match the original source, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we take it, and this original chart has 12 axes. Plotly, I believe, just divides it. So when I originally did it, it had 5 dates. So I think it was nothing, 2000, 2005, 2010, etc. So by saying 12, let me get rid of this. It gives you 12 ticks, and that is to make it look similar to this right here, the source data. The next thing we're going to do is just do some more of laying out the, changing the layout of it. So we do a fig.update the layout. So the x-axis, you pass it in a dictionary, all the different things you want it to be. So for the x-axis, I did not want to show the grid. So show grid equals false. So as you can see, there's no vertical lines to show the x-axis. Same with the source chart. Then we want the grid color of the y-axis to be light gray. So this bar right here is light gray, just like here. The title font color, I wanted it to be black. I think it defaults to blue. So this is black to match this. And then the plot background color, is the default is like a blue color. So we're going to change that, the plot underscore BG color, to white. And that's this background right here is white. Then we're just going to add some shapes for the recession bars. That's all these are, is shapes. Now I could have called the actual date, but I didn't, and they're just single blocks, but the data is the same. So you're going to, onto your figure that you set up here, you're going to .add underscore shape. The type is a rectangle. This is ugly. Let me In PyCharm, you just press enter after a comma, and it will line everything up for you. So first you have the x0. So where is the start of your x-axis in 2001? Then you pass it the y0, which for me is 0, right? The bottom of the graph. So this is going to start here, 0, and oops, I should not have done that. So 0 and 2001. And then x1 is going to equal 2002, and y1 is going to equal 280,000. So what that's doing is right here. So this is x and y1, which is ending at 2002, and 260,000, which is just the top of the chart, which we hard-coded here. I guess I could have put 260 and this would have been fine. Then we want the color to be gray. That way there's no border. There's still a line, you just can't see it because the fill color is light gray. And then this one right here is super important. This is like in PowerPoint when you send to back. So layer equals below. So that means it's below this line right here. So you can still see the line just like in the source data. Now what I could have done in this update the x-axis is I could have made the line a little better, bolder if you look at here, but whatever. And then we're going to add the second chart, and the only difference between this is that we start in 2008. Again, sorry for the ugly PyCharm format. The only difference is we're going to start and end in 2008 and end in 2009, but everything else is light gray, and layer equals below, so you can see the line behind it. The other option is above, and this gray bar would be above this line and you wouldn't be able to see it. So if you're trying to do like a call out box or something, above could be used. Then we're going to end this thing. Again, PyCharm doesn't like this, so I am that guy in HTML who puts the bracket towards the end. But anyways, and then you just do a fig.show and you call it, and it will open it on a local web page. So let's check that out one last time. So here is the source chart, and here is our Plotly chart. So I'm a huge fan of Plotly, and once I get more of these charts built with all the economic data I want, I'm going to import it into an interactive dash. So I hope that interests you. If it does, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment if you're in Louisiana and you're pulling economic data too. Maybe we can compare notes. So thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.